Here we are with Pragathi Gowda, India's hope in the motor racing ecosystem. We welcome her for this show. Thank you for being with us, Pragathi.
Thank you so much.
Now, just take us around. When did you start getting into rally?
I started when I was in my college days. It was more of fun, hanging out with friends, bunking classes and all that. And we used to do street race. That's actually not good, but yeah, that's where I started off. And I used to race with my friends in that airport road and all that. And from there, one of my friend noticed the kind of power I owned in controlling a car, even in that speed and all that. And then they suggested, why don't I get into motorsports? And I didn't know what motorsports was. And we came across this event in Bangalore, which said, do you want to become a racer? And are you quick at driving? Come and try. So that's where we were very much excited and we wanted to give it a try.
So when you gave it a try, what was your experience like? Because you're entering it the first time.
Normal car and race car, they're like two different things. It wasn't as I expected, and the power it had, everything was like 1:10. And the other thing was, it was all safe, and that's where I was very happy. It had roll cage, and there was all kind of safety given in terms of driving. So that where it thrilled me, and it was good.
And of course, you went on to win the autocross also.
Yes, so I was so scared. I told them that I'm not going to drive first. I'll be the last one to drive because it's my first time. I've never touched a race car before in my entire life. So I just want to try it in the end. And I went and drove. Everybody had left by then thinking, okay, she's a newcomer and how would she drive? Not that great. So it's okay, let us all chill. And later when I went and drove, they were all surprised because my timing just took me up in top one. So that's where I started off my career.
So how has the journey been? Because see, what has happened is you ever had your ups and downs. In between, you lost your brother also in an accident, and your parents were a little bit reluctant in allowing you doing. And then you had the COVID come in and stop all your activities. So
Yes.
take us through that.
It was very difficult initially. I had lost my brother and I was totally numb and I didn't have right mindset to do it, but I just had that hunger. I wanted to do something for him because he believed in me and he had told me that you are very good at driving, so you should continue this. If not racing, I don't know, I would have maybe ended up at a workshop or maybe behind cars for sure, but luckily I got this right line and I entered motorsports. My parents at first, they were not very good and they didn't support me. My entire family, in fact, they were against me. But I wanted to do this for my brother. So I never told them. I hid everything from them and I just started focusing. Emotionally, I was down, but I didn't want that emotions to take away my thrive for winning. So I wanted to achieve something in my life. So I just diverted my mind. I made sure that I'm strong. And yeah.
So you were winning trophies without your parents knowing. So how did you manage to wriggle out of this situation?
Yes, so I won so many trophies that at my friend's place, I had to go and keep it at my friend's place. I told them that I'm going to party, I'm going to enjoy, I'm going out, I'm going on a weekend trip with my friends, but I didn't do any of those. I went, I took part, I struggled day in and out, and I helped my, at workshop, I helped my friends that they have to kind of set my car right and all that, and I got the car prepared for myself and I went, I drove, I won trophies.
It's like then we had COVID. You had won your first title, and then came COVID. So obviously there was not much activity. Then you had all kinds of issues happening around. How did you go through the COVID times?
I had so many things running around in my mind at that point of time. So, first thing is, I lost my brother. So, I started off my motorsports career and COVID came. So, is it some kind of stop that God is sending me? Should I stop this? Is it something like a bad note for me? I started thinking a lot. I'm like, nothing is happening. I wanted to achieve. I mean, when I started off, all I wanted to do was I just wanted to win. I didn't know how, when, where, how, nothing. I just wanted to win. I didn't know what racing line is. I didn't know how technical things were. I just knew driving. It was just natural talent for me. So many things were running around, and I thought, should I stop? Should I quit motorsports? Should I get into a 9 to 5 job, and should I just start earning and take care of my parents? Is this what my brother want? I started thinking a lot, and later maybe I decided I'm not gonna do that. Let me not give up. Let me fight. Let this COVID get over, and let me just wait for my events to come back, and let's see what happens. So this was the
Right.
mindset.
Now, in terms of financial things, always tough, especially being a girl and when your parents not supporting, and the society also doesn't really put in money into motorsport, and especially a lady. What was the situation for you? What kind of thoughts came to your mind?
So when I started off, in fact, motorsports was very expensive. So it's an expensive sport. My brother told me that this is not for us. We are a middle class family, so it's not for us, and it's very difficult to prove your talent out there, because there are so many others who are really good and who have that financial support, so they can do far better than you. So let's give it up, is what he told me. Then I told him that no, there's a way. Let's try a way. Then this happened. I lost my brother, and then I didn't know what to do. I wanted a car to get into rallying. I wanted car. I didn't know how to do that, and luckily I got my brother's insurance money, and I told my parents, can you please give me this money? In 2-3 years I'll try to return it back, and I want to start off with his money, because this kind of gives me some kind of positive vibes, and it feels he's always with me. So can I take this? And they said, you're going to spoil this money, that's for sure. They told me this, and they gave me. So that way, his money was kind of good start for me. But even after that, it's very expensive. So I didn't have any kind of support. It was all my friends who's helped me, and few people from motorsports who kind of saw my talent and helped me with the sponsorship. And the first rally I drove, MRF noticed my talent, and they came forward and they supported me.
So that's a fantastic journey you had. You had your own ups and downs. Now, taking us through your victories that you had over a period of time. You went into first race, you stepped up, again you stepped up. Every time your performance was on the up, and people started talking about you. Now, how was it, like, when you suddenly in the limelight? How was it?
I never felt that limelight, so when I went on the podium, every time I was on the podium, I wanted to do something more. That hunger to win was something else for me. And every time I'm up there and people tell me that, wow, you're doing great, you're doing that, I just miss my brother. That's the only thing I feel bad about. But even to this day, when I'm up there and people are telling, wow, you're great, you're doing something nice, I didn't feel that at all.
So
I just want to keep achieving.
you have done magnificently well. Just in the short period of time that you've been in the sport, you have set standards. And now you've got the opportunity to go and compete in the Asia Pacific and even in the world FIA. What do you think? What do you want to do next, kind of thing?
So FIA Rally Star was an eye-opener for me, because I was doing Indian National Rally Championship rounds, and there's no exposure here in India because people don't encourage motorsports at all. When I say I'm into rallying, they'll be like, which party are you in? Is it BJP? Is it Congress? I'm like, no, this is not that kind of rally I'm talking. It's like, it's a motorsport event. It's like WRC. Then they'll be like, oh, WRC, that's very fast, right? How are you managing? I'm like, no, but in India we have a different league, so it's totally different. But we do have something like that. You guys have to start looking out. So FIA Rally Star was an eye-opener, as I told. it got too much of exposure for me, and people started noticing. And it's a very nice opportunity for me to prove myself, because nobody has ever done that till date. And I won the Asia Pacific round, and now I have the World Finals, which is coming up in the month of May.
Of course, I mean, you're the only woman representing India. How does it feel? Obviously you're representing 1.4 billion people. So how does it to put you in that kind of position?
It's an honor, sir. It's definitely an honor for me to be there in this very short period. I never expected this. It was just my dream to be there, but it's happening. So I'm very proud, and I'm working hard towards it. And I don't have that pride that, okay, I'm one in a billion and all that. I just want to do something to make my country proud.
Fantastic. And you have big dreams. You want to compete in the WRC. How are you getting there?
So if I win this FIA Rally Star, I'll have an easy go, and they'll be sponsoring, FIA will be sponsoring me for the JWRC, that is Junior World Rally Championship. And from there on, if I perform well and if I'm improving and if I'm consistent, then I'll have a go to World Rally Championship. So that's the plan A. And plan B, I have my team now, who's really supporting and who's seen that talent in me and who's seen how consistent and how hardworking I am. And Team MRF and Sidwin, so they're coming together to support me.
Like in terms of support from your friends, how often are they there with you, kind of coming and pepping you up or boosting your confidence?
So in the beginning, they were with me all the time, and now I have my sponsors coming in, so I'm not troubling them too much. But in terms of moral support and everything, they're always there with me, even to this day. I think even my family started supporting me now. So the first time my parents saw me on article, I never told them that I went to motorsports. There was an article that was published, and my dad's colleague saw my name. And he's called my dad saying, wow, your daughter is doing wonders, man, what are you even doing? He's like, no, what does she do? She'll party with her friends and she'll come back and all that. And when I got the newspaper and when I showed my dad, she was in tears. And both my mom and my dad, they're very happy, and now they're very supportive.
It's a nice turnaround.
Yes, sir.
So now we look forward to you achieving your goal in the WRC. Thank you for being with us, and wish you all the best from all the Indians. We are with you. Thank you so much. Pragathi Gowda there. 1-2 ನಿಮಿಷ ಬ್ರೇಕ್